Howdy everybody, we're here with Enigma Pro Staff, and over the last few years I've had a lot of guys coming up, not just asking me about the rods, but it's been more like, do you really need 20, 30, 40 rods? And he said, no, you don't, unless you're competing, because you have each rod set up for something specific that you're doing, whether you change them in and out or if you carry all your rods in your boat. I mean, that's, this is a matter of preference. But I've had a lot of guys that are like, well, they're looking for an all-around pole. You can kind of do that, but if you're budget minded and it's like, hey, yeah, I'd like to get a couple poles, 2, 3, 4, here or there, and of course, as time goes on, you build up your inventory as to having more. But one of the nice things that you will find that I have not seen with any other company, that I just haven't seen it. If it's out there, hey, let me know. I'm not here to knock them, but as far as I've seen, Enigma has been the only one that will print on the pole, as you see right here. It's printed on there. It's not just the action of the rod, or the action of the tip, if it's a fast tip or medium or action or medium heavy action. But what's nice, that's on, and it's also on the website at enigmafishing.com. As you look down, you just got to go down a little bit further from the purchasing area. It's got your description of the poles, built, material. But as you go down, they'll have a list of the poles. And what's nice is it's not just like, say, for instance, this one is a medium fast action, 6 to 12 pound test line, quarter to 5/8 ounce weight. What's nice on here is that the poles are designed for specific fishing, like this one, darter head, small jigs, Senkos, Texas rig, tubes, and if there's 2 or 3 things that this pole is in your fishing repertoire, there you go. Here's one pole that you can use for, say, 3 different things throughout the day. Okay, you cut your line, retie on, you switch it to a Senko, or maybe you're switching it over to a tube, and that's what's nice about the rods. It takes the guesswork out when you're looking. And the other nice thing is when you go and when they deliver your poles, the rod sock, or in the case of the Ippon, I believe, is still a nice leather case. It's written right onto the rod sock and onto the case onto what that pole is specified for. You're not going to take a finesse type rod, cranking the stick, or casting rod, and you're to put a 2 ounce weight on there and try to sling it out there. You're going to overload, and chances are it can happen. Not saying it can't. That's where you're breaking off your tip. It's not made for it's not made for a 2 ounce when it says quarter to 5/8, or it might say 3/8 to 3/4 on it, or something like that. And but it takes a lot of the guesswork. Like I said, when you're going, and like for instance this one, a Carolina rig, swim jig, spinner bait, Texas rig, or topwater. Now right here, I mean, I've got a flipping craw on here, which it's for small, throwing smaller jigs, but it's nothing to cut that line, tie on a spinner bait partway through the day to change up, because as you know, fish change their mind on what they want throughout the day, or you might have it set up for one, because if you were out pre-fishing or the day before just having fun fishing, if it was hitting one bait and you're finding out, well, they don't want it today, you have the center, the rod that you can try a couple different ones, baits, and it's specified for that design, so which works out pretty nice. So if your budget is limited, like I said, Enigma is the only one that I have seen I have not seen it on anyone else, whether if it's looking through any of the catalogs or anything where they've got it specified that the rod is made for certain situations. For instance, this one is, this is a heavy, jig for pitching and flipping, swim baits, a Carolina rig, and it's right along in those lines of those that it's made for, and at the same time, these Enigma rods, I've been with them now for 3 years, going on 3 years, and I have not really came across any others yet that have been as impressive to me. This is my own personal, where the action, the style, the lightness, and obviously, one of the things to look at is today's rods, reels, the lines, the tungsten weights. All of that fits together in what is being put together today for the sensitivity in the feel. Because I'm telling you, these today compared to even 10, 15, 20 years ago, they just keep on improving. It's something that you're going to want to keep up with, because surprisingly or not, if you don't have the right combinations, you will be surprised on the number of fish that you're missing. You're either not feeling the bite, you're not getting the hook set in there right, because it wasn't what you got, might not have been designed. Because, definitely, I'm not going to take a 6-foot medium heavy action, top water and rig it up with a big, 9-inch swim bait, 3 ounce, and sling it out there for muskie fishing. This wasn't designed for that type. A heavier one, which actually the Atomic 29s that are designed for cranking for baits, they do have them up to decent sizes. And same thing, they're all on there, whether if you're throwing the big old chatter baits, the bigger swim baits that even the walleye guys are going to. What's nice is, like I said, these, when you're looking them up, you will find that, there's 4 or 5 different styles that this was specifically designed for by the company for that style of fishing. So when you go on there, enigmafishing.com, just when you hit rods, just go down a little bit, you'll see the list of the different actions and lengths, and what you're going to see is to the right is the different styles that these are specified for, and that will cut a lot of the guesswork out if you're into that range where you can only get a couple here or a couple there, or it might be the only 2-3 rods that you pick up for your whole fishing time. But it just makes it a lot easier, and like I said, I have not seen any other company do that yet, or if there is any out there, I haven't come across it. But these, you'll find it on there, and there's all kinds to choose from. By all means, check them out, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. And again, if you see anybody with Enigma, at least for me, you got questions, come on up, talk to me, whether if it's at a show, at a tournament, or even if I'm walking in and out of a store somewhere, and because I got the logo on the truck, you might, hey, can you tell me anything about this? I'm more than happy to chit chat about it. Because I personally, I think these are some of the greatest rods that have come out in a while, and I'm sure there's more to come as time goes on and technology goes on. So give them a check, enigmafishing.com. And give a like, let me know, because if there's anybody else on there that is, has that kind of information onto the rods, let me know, because like I said, I just haven't came across it, and I think it's nice that this company is doing that, which takes a lot of the guesswork out for a lot of guys that are just looking for, you know, one pole that does, hey, I can do this, this, and that, and on this one I can do this, this, and that, and this will get me onto this fishing trip that I'm going on, or, you know, whatever you're doing, but it'd be a lot easier, and hopefully this will help you out. Again, we're here at Enigma Fishing. Pro Staff, check us out.